You are listening to the decision reel.
Hey, welcome to the Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. As always, I'm your host, Steve. With me today on this train wreck is Wally and Tara.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome for our presence.
Our presence, not we're just here.
It's not just me. We're a fucking unit.
We are.
Oh man,
we're a unit at this point.
My unit. Anyways.
This week we're talking.
Thunder, sorry.
It always comes back to Tropic Thunder. We've talked about doing reviews on this podcast because there's been some episodes that we've done of movies that I'm sure people who are now on this couch would like to review on this show.
Yes, please.
Right? So obviously there's people who are not on this show anymore that helped review those, so we could do a review of certain movies at one point.
Yes, please.
this is brand new information to me.
He mentioned it before.
Well, I'm just coming up with shit on the spot. It don't matter.
Dude, I'm fucking locked in.
We fly by the seat of our pants.
I mean, there are definitely multiple ones that you have done that I was like, I wanted to beat on that.
The Tropic Thunder has been one I've been complaining about for a long time now.
Farting in bathtubs. And
you fart in bathtubs, laughing each other's ass off.
Yeah. No, we could either do an extra reel episode of that where it's a re-review extra reel episode, so it wouldn't be the main thing, so it wouldn't go against whatever.
Is what it should be. You should call it redemption or something like that.
The extra reel redemption. Ooh, I like that. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember it because I just forgot it.
I am not going to remember it. You're asking the wrong person. Yeah,
I got
that's
it
the
locked
brainiac
in.
over here.
Locked.
I'll put it up there with my math skills.
Perfect, because I have no math skills either. Speaking of math skills, the movie that we're talking about today is a 1+1.
Oh my god!
It is a sequel, X-Men 2 or X-Men United.
That was quick wit, Steve.
You like that? I tried.
X-Men Dos
Equis?
Dos Equis. Most interesting man in the world.
Maybe. Speaking of the most
I don't always watch
interesting-
X-Men.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do I do? It's the second one.
Maybe. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I picked this movie. I wanted to get us back into, like, not Marvel-esque, even though this is a Marvel movie before Marvel movies took over. I just kind of wanted to take a break from what we were kind of doing there to throw us maybe into the superhero / early, like, style of this.
We're dancing around with different movies. This felt like kind of like a 90s action movie a little bit too. I know it was like a little bit later than that, like 2000
It's like
something,
2000s,
I'm sure.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's close, definitely. It's out of that post-99 era.
It's all that string acrobatic shit.
Right.
Yeah,
everybody's wearing leather for some reason.
Fucking dope. Yeah. Tight, squeaky, fucking...
Squeaky.
Yeah, at least they don't have nipples built in, but...
I mean,
still good.
Maybe the undershirts.
Maybe.
We got away from the Batman nipples and we went to X-Men and we were just like, not just leather.
Do you think they mold those like that? I'm sure someone sewed them, but you know how people get like those prosthetic molds?
Are you saying...
Do you think they mold it and then inside the mold is their nipples and stuff? Like if you turn it inside out? You don't think that's a thing? It has to be.
Okay, so if you're doing like an actual like life cast, yeah, the nipples would be in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
right?
and depending on what you're trying to get with it, they might put like tape over it.
The dude like gets in there and he's building it. He's like, this is kind of weird. He rubs them out.
I thought what you were going to say and what kind of this just piqued my interest is the suits that they were wearing probably were built up inside, so like to make them look more muscular or whatnot.
Like extra padding.
Right.
Yeah, look, except for huge Jackman. You know, he
didn't need it. They're like, we need to tone it down, make it skinny.
See that man's fucking biceps? I remember watching something.
No, I missed those.
I remember watching a thing of how he does that and how he like fasts and how he does like sugar water and shit.
It's wild, yeah.
Yeah. He like completely gets rid of all the water in his body like right before. It's like,
well, you got to think he's got to be good at it with how many times he's huge Jackmaned it for Wolverine.
That has to do fucking damage to you one way or another.
Well, the person who would know would be Christian Bale. Let's be real. He's gone from being super skinny, super buff, super fat, super skinny.
Yeah. Oh, he said it mentally. It fucked him up.
There's no way it can't, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going.
Imagine.
Imagine.
And I
if
feel like
you will.
Hugh Jackman has never really been out of shape.
I like how that's what we're calling him now. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
Yeah, I don't
absolutely
think
right.
so.
I've never seen him in a movie where he looked like either frail
like maybe
or
not
fat.
as ripped, but like
Not.
I feel like his
crazy.
back and forth isn't extreme because he's still kind of always in shape ish.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
my man.
That's my man right there.
See how you guys got like everyone's like, oh, Ryan Reynolds and all these other fucking. I like Ryan Reynolds, right? I like Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
talking shit about
Yeah,
Ryan.
let's calm down.
Yeah, so Blade Trinity
calm
and shit
down
like
right
that.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
You thunder
He's a
cunt.
good looking man, but he ain't no fucking Hugh Jackman.
You know
That's
who else is a
fucking
fan of Ryan
sweetheart.
Reynolds?
Who?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, they're both fans.
They're
Oh yeah,
besties.
Yeah, they love each other.
I'm just saying.
They're friends.
If I had to get courted by a dude, it'd be huge. It'd be Hugh Jackman.
Huge.
I feel like he'd be
Jackson.
sweet. He'd take me on a nice date.
I mean, I wouldn't turn him down.
He would probably open the door
Obviously.
for me in my car.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Also,
saying?
he's Australian.
Perfect.
Australia.
Perfect.
Yeah, and he's. I mean,
It's a no-brainer.
there's a
dude.
video I saw the other day of like he was either performing at one of his theater gigs or whatnot, and somebody was like, "Hey man, can you sign this Wolverine thing for him?" And he like went all out and did like the Wolverine like scream and everything in his face and shit. Like it was wild.
He seems like such a fucking nice guy.
I mean, he really does,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Somebody who the fame hasn't really fucked him up. You know, he's still with his wife that he's been with for like
Yes,
30
I love
years or whatever.
them.
Like, good for them.
I love them.
X-Men 2 is about.
Get
Is it
together.
about X-Men?
Wow. How would you have
So
guessed? I
they're
don't know.
ladies now.
They're ladies now. When
That's what we
anti-mutant.
should do, Steve. You should sorry. Every movie title, you should just be like abnormally literal with it. Just the exact opposite. X-Men. The
They are
synopsis.
no longer men.
Their penises are gone. Gone.
God.
They've
Anyway,
X'd them
sorry.
out. Thank you. When anti-mutant Colonel William Stryker kidnaps Professor X and attacks his school, the X-Men must ally with their arch nemesis, Magneto, to stop him. Well, it's a bottle cap. You're welcome.
Magneto.
Hmm.
I thought he was gonna be more in this movie when I first saw
It
it.
has a message for you.
It says something. Read it.
You just call me fat. I'm gonna pretend to do like stuff I think you would do if I said something and you're calling me fat.
And that's
Call
why
you Steve.
and that
Sorry, the cap says pig.
I mean, that could
That
be
could go a
literal,
lot of
or
things.
that could be.
I do eat a lot.
You like pigs? You like to pig out? You like?
Give me a little piggy.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. So X-Men.
X-Men 2, where to watch it? We can see it with a subscription on Disney Plus because it's now, part of that whole rigmarole, or to rent YouTube, Vudu, Apple TV, Google Play, and Amazon.
Nice. Totally have Disney Plus. Perfect. Didn't have to spend shit.
It's weird. Like,
Yep.
I
I
don't,
love that.
in my brain, I don't see this as being in
me
that
either.
same umbrella anymore. Yeah, it was 20th Century Fox, but it was bought out by Disney how many years ago? And I always forget that I can watch these movies on Disney Plus.
Because you don't connect.
I do
it with
too. I
Disney.
still look
Right.
this up on Google. Where can
Yeah.
I stream those?
Right, and Disney Plus, fuck. Like when we did Jungle to Jungle, same thing. I was like, of course it's Disney.
Of course.
You lean to the cartoons
Right.
and stuff first in your mind, but
Speaking of
they
cartoons,
got a lot of shit on there.
we need the theme, Wally.
Wait. Which cartoon? Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead, Steve.
You
do
My eyebrows were dancing.
Sorry, I just fucking love
I
X-Men.
also forgot Colossus was in this. Young Colossus.
Yeah,
Which is weird
it-
after seeing him in Deadpool. Super weird.
it is funny because it kind of comes out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just there
and he's like always metal.
always. Well, it was not
In
not
Deadpool.
in Deadpool, right?
Oh yeah,
In
he's
this,
never
he-
not metal.
I feel like he only did it once in this movie because of budgetary reasons.
Could be.
Like, hey, I don't think we have the money
He
to
was
make
hot
him.
though. They got a nice looking guy to play him in this.
He was
He was the good-looking cat.
built.
He was-
sturdy.
I can help. I really like the part where he's like, I can help you. And Wolverine's like, help them. And literally is just like, get the fuck out of here. I got this.
Yeah. Well,
don't
he also
need
just
you.
did
Right.
it too.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
good.
What a guy, though. Wolverine.
What a guy.
What a gay.
Gay.
Did he have an accent though? Did he have the accent?
Oh, he
Well, you got to think. So
That's what I
he,
was about to say, 'cause he has
Logan
the
is
accent.
Canadian, right? If we want to break it
Yeah.
down, he's a
Yeah, but he didn't
Not
really have
Logan.
like.
Colossus.
he didn't sound
Yeah,
all
yeah,
this
yeah.
No,
shit.
he just said, "I can help you." Like he was
Right.
deep. He
Right.
had a deep
But that's what I'm
voice,
saying.
but
I
it
don't think
wasn't-
it. he
I
just
don't
didn't
think
have
the
an
character was as fleshed out in this. He was
Yeah.
just a kid.
Yeah.
He's trying to help people.
Right.
Yeah,
Also,
I
they
gotcha.
didn't need to go that hard in that scene in this movie. Let's be
No.
real, but they fucking did.
Oh, dude, he was fucking killing
Oh,
people
man.
left and right in
Yeah.
this bitch. It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I remember seeing this in theaters and seeing the first one and always like being like, all right, cool, X-Men, we're here. We're finally getting to like these
Right?
comic book movies are finally coming out, but they're still like, even the first X-Men was safe. I felt like it wasn't trying
Sure.
to be weird like comics were.
It's all Statue, Liberty, and Rogue and all that shit, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember, yeah.
But I felt like the violence was still toned down. It wasn't like what I wanted it to be. It was still a great movie. I love X-Men for what it did, just like the first Spider-Man. But sitting in the theater, watching this scene when they're in the kitchen,
Where are their yellow suits at? Where's his yellow fucking suit? Good.
they're in the kitchen and he stabs that dude through the chest into the fridge.
Oh, it's great.
I was like,
The ending scene where he's fighting Stryker's assistant. What's her name? I don't
Lady
know.
Deathstrike.
Yeah,
the chick,
yeah. When she's just fucking in his back, like, yeah. I was like, oh, my back hurts.
But then
My
when he
back.
shoves a thing and pumps her with the
when she
liquefied,
fucking hits.
but her eyes went back to normal, and that was kind
was
of
sad.
sad
It was
because
sad.
it was like, oh,
The clink
no.
that her head made.
It's
on the
great,
thing
yeah.
was like, donk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
when
that was
she
perfect.
sank.
It was so
Yeah.
Three Stooges esque too, right? Like,
It really
why you
was.
can make it real, not.
This is kind of where I got like that 90s action feel. Like a lot of it was like that. It felt,
I feel like
Yeah.
it sounded like what.
Nah, I
should
remember.
have
I
sounded
remember
like.
watching it yesterday, going, "All right, I know the sound's coming. Is it as bad?
yeah, perfect.
Whatever.
I thought
It's
it was
still.
okay.
You're still. It's a Marvel movie, right?
Wasn't
So
like tink.
it kind of.
It was just a metal
Yeah.
clank on the bottom of that fucking bathtub.
I want to say something about the
Which
whole
is also
backstory.
unrealistic because it would still have been her skull that hit,
Sure.
not
Maybe.
metal.
I don't know.
Didn't turn her skull to metal. It
Well,
was
no.
inside of her.
he. The
Yes, I
whole
know.
the thing that I got was he pumped her just full of metal,
Oh,
so
sure.
her entire insides
Agreed.
turned
Yeah,
to
yeah.
metal, and
But
that's
her
why it came
head-
out of whatever.
Yes, but her head
She's
is
saying
what
there was
hit.
skin between.
Yeah, I'm saying there was still skin and skull between.
But it wouldn't have-
Logically, you
it
are
wouldn't have-
correct.
It wouldn't have been as
Logically?
funny.
Exactly. They're doing it for the.
I don't think it was meant to be funny.
Clank.
You don't put that in there to not be funny.
Yeah, I don't think you do either.
The one part I wanted to get
Poor
to
little tink tink.
that kind of bothered me about this X-Men trilogy is they show X-rays, which I don't know how you get an X-ray of somebody full of metal, but they show X-rays of Wolverine, and in the first movie he has plates on his bones. It's
You
not
could see it pinned. Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
in this movie and the third movie, and I guess if you want to keep going to the other, the Wolverine and then X-Men's origins and whatnot, his bones are just adamantium, like they're covered in it, right?
Yes.
I liked what they tried to do with saying that, we opened them up and we fucking put
Stapled
plates
that
and
shit in
Put it
everywhere.
in there.
right. I like that better. Also, no movie, or I don't think the comics have ever said, but his mutation is his healing factor.
Yeah.
Where does he get claws
Why
that
did-
retract and
I don't know.
shoot out? How do you do that?
Like why in his brain
He just got an animal mutation where he can get claws, but I don't understand how they're not like appended like fingers like a normal animal would be.
Right. I get that he's got the bone claws, right?
Like
And
hers.
Yeah.
they
Hers were claws. They came out of her nails.
right. But his is
When they
Bone
were
claws.
in, her nails
Because it's
looked
not
dope
as fucking
as
cool,
fuck.
Steve. That's why.
Her nails looked dope as fuck when they were in.
Super
like,
metallic.
Before that, because they were all like silver and
just
metallic.
sitting there going,
I was like, where can I get that nail polish?
in the early 2000s, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's everybody was doing
Chrome.
that. Yeah, it was out there. This is written by Michael Dougherty, Dan Harris, and David Hayder.
David Hayder, Steve.
I'm waiting for your brain.
David
it-
Hayder?
Is
It's not the same one.
but
There's no way it's the same one.
it is.
There's no way.
It's Solid Snake.
No, it's not. Shut
Yes,
the
it
fuck
is.
up. Shut the fuck up.
I will.
You're a goddamn liar.
I'm not.
It's fucking Metal
It
Gear
is
Solid.
David Hayder, Metal Gear Solid Snake, motherfucker.
You know, no way.
It's a Hind D.
It's a Russian gunship. It's a video game, Tara.
Yeah,
it's like
she's
our
way
favorite
out
video
there.
game. Sorry.
See that little
I wanna make
Nintendo
sure to
thing
fill
right
you
down
in.
there, and the Metal Gear, that's for Nintendo, but Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on PlayStation was voiced by David Hayder, who screen wrote this movie, the first movie, and some other movies.
It's not. There's no fucking way it's the same guy.
Get your phone and Google it,
God damn it.
because I want
Do
you
you
to go.
think he
"God damn it."
hasn't already?
I know,
I'm
right?
sure he has, but I'm going to fucking.
With
do it
me being
anyways.
so deep in the Metal Gear lore, you think I'm not going to know this when it actually came out in
I'm
2003?
just more mad that I guess I don't know it.
how about this? For Wally's birthday 2 years ago, I got him a cameo of David Hayder talking to him like Solid Snake to wish him a happy birthday.
David Hayder, Canadian actor, screenwriter, director, and producer. I don't think I need to go any further than that.
Is that justification enough?
Yeah, 100%. It says Canadian actor, screenwriter, director, and producer. He is well known in
I've
English
used the
language
cameo
voice actor
stuff before. It's
for
cool.
Solid Snake, Naked Snake, and in Metal Gear video games. In the Metal Gear video, he wrote the film X-Men, co-wrote X2 and Watchmen.
Yeah. There was something else in there that he did as well. I didn't.
He was awarded the Saturn Award for Best Writing in 2000.
Look at this guy.
Hayder voices King Shark on the Flash.
Oh, on the show The Flash. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm always so surprised that he didn't do more voice work. You know what I mean? Obviously, I was upset that he wasn't in the newest.
Solid Snake.
You're pretty good. We're diverging because you know what? We could sit here and talk for about 3 hours about Metal Gear Solid.
We should do a video game, make Tara
We
play.
could, yeah. You would hate
Do you
it.
play video games, Tara? No. Are you like old school, just like kind of Mario Kart, like Mario
No.
Party kind of?
No, I
Oh.
mean I play video games, but it's not any of.
Is it like
Like
Candy
that.
Crush or something?
No,
Kirby.
I've never played Candy Crush.
Oh, okay.
I've never played Candy
Good.
Crush.
You don't
But I
want to.
am in the middle of building a pretty epic Jurassic World right now.
Oh, the Jurassic
Oh.
World
Evolution.
Evolution. The first one or the second one?
The second one, because the second one is the one that's getting the updates for the
Yep.
like from the movie that just came out.
I've thought about getting that game, but at the same time,
It's fun.
I don't. Yeah, because I like the theme park games.
Yeah, it's
Roller
similar. I
Roller
like
Coaster
that.
Tycoon, and
Yeah.
then they
I'd say.
did theme park. I can't remember what a Coaster World or something.
Mhm.
I have it, and I've played it all of like an hour, and I just I want to play it, but I just don't have the time to sit down and do
I
it.
enjoy it. I had the first one, and then I beat it. 'Cause-
Oh,
You know.
big britches over here.
So then I got the second one, and then I beat the second one, but then
Big britches.
updates came out, so now there's new stuff. So now I'm working through the new challenge.
Oh,
Got to
nice.
keep them dinosaurs in the park.
Fucking
Yeah.
Jurassic Park DLC's coming out.
I also
David
like,
Hayder?
Yeah.
What the
Okay.
fuck? Sorry.
but I also like I played like the Tomb Raider games and the Batman games and stuff. Those are those
are
are
great.
more my type of games.
Little RPG.
I'm not like a Call of Duty or Halo or that. Like that's not my thing.
Dude, I'm teabagging everybody,
Everybody.
in every one of those games.
But also,
take it,
Maybe in real life, too. You
I don't
know.
remember what it was on.
Just
I
watch
don't-
for me just going up and down.
I don't
like-
remember if it was
They
like
kicked me out of laser tag the other day. Two tapped a kid and then fucking ball bagged him.
wow.
Sir, why do we need to call the cops? This man's ball sack is in this kid's face, and we can't have that.
Mom's crying. Dad's trying to chase me down.
He's like, good job.
I don't
That
remember
kid.
what gaming system it was on. I don't know if it was like Xbox or something, but I
Sure.
also used to like the it made me think of it because you have a 007 game sitting in your N64 right now.
Best
Yeah.
FPS all time,
I used
baby.
to love I don't remember which one it was though, but it was one of the 007 games.
After that,
I love just getting a sniper rifle and just posting just
Shooting people in the face.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my. So after that, they had Tomorrow Never Dies,
Capping melons.
but
Popping
it wasn't
melons.
as big. But that was a kind of a big one since that one popped
I
off.
don't think it was N64, so that's why I can't remember. Like maybe it was like on the original Xbox. I can't remember.
They make one every 2 or 3 years, so
Yeah.
and they make a game for it every. Well, not recently, but back then they were making them as soon as the movies came out.
But my dad
Tomorrow
even
Never
enjoyed
Dies.
playing that one.
Oh, some Brosnan.
Yeah. Who? All right. This is going to be the question, and we're getting super off topic. But who is your James Bond, Wally?
All right, so you got Dalton, Moore, Connery, Brosnan.
Connery. Sean Connery.
Everyone always goes Sean Connery.
Yes.
I like Roger Moore.
Wasn't
The-
Sean
the
Connery
fact
only
that
in
that
like
man
one
had-
movie
No, he did a few. He did a couple. He did a few. Yeah.
with his hairpiece?
It could have been, but he was like he was the original one, right? But I like Roger Moore because he was like, I know he came out gay later on, but he had the most swag out of every one of them. You know what I'm saying? You watch any of those old?
Oh yeah, I've
They
seen
used
them
to
all.
come on Thanksgiving
just
Thursday, and I'd watch all
them.
of them. Yeah,
I
I'm a
think
big James Bond fan.
I want to say my James Bond is Mike Myers. No, I'm joking.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan probably.
He's great, too.
Just because I like the British. They're
like
all
a-
British, but I mean, he just felt
he was a
British
culmination of all
playboyish.
of them together.
Yeah,
like kind of
yeah.
serious, kind of funny.
right. And Daniel Craig, he's good, but he's just not Bond to me.
Roger Moore's the cheese ball of James Bond. So if you watch his shit, it's hilarious. It's like watching Star Trek with what's his face, the old ones.
With
Shatner.
Yeah,
William
yeah.
Shatner.
It's the exact. The fight scenes are the same.
there's
Something. I don't know.
someone on the wing.
But the fight scenes are exactly the same.
Something.
It's just shit's hilarious.
I'm
Anyways.
sorry, you were saying? Peanut. This is directed by Bryan Singer, who's also directed The Usual Suspects, Superman Returns, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
I still haven't watched that. I need to
it's
watch
good.
that.
I like it.
It's okay.
I liked it.
There's
I
a
don't- I
robot
don't-
guy in it, right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
don't.
the-
I don't like how they changed some things for the movie, but I get why they
Well,
did it.
the band agreed. I mean, it's not like they
It's a biopic. It's not a biography.
right. And you know, the band was part of, you know, decisions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I get why they did it for theatrical.
Yeah, you're trying to
purposes.
make a good movie, right? So there needs to be
But-
ebbs and flows and
But you
something
know
to come
what?
back to.
It wasn't enough changes to make it like there were only a couple, like 1-2 big ones where the timeline was fucky.
With the timeline severed. No, I agree. The movie's good, but like I said, I wouldn't ever watch the movie again. I'll watch his performance, Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
I'll watch his performance on YouTube clips because he's really good as Freddy.
He did a great job. Yeah,
But the movie itself,
he did some of
it's
the
decent.
singing.
Did he?
It was like him and 2 other guys. This other guy, I'm not going to remember his name, but he's always been in like a huge Queen like tribute band.
Oh yeah. He's the one
There's
you
a-
see that looks like him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on YouTube a
he
lot.
sings just like him. Yeah,
I think
he's got a lot of
French.
videos where he's just at like a piano.
Yeah, he's a Quebecois. I believe.
And then there's like
Or
someone
Quebec.
else. Oh, well, then they used like some of Freddie's vocals.
I
but-
mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
Though, right? I mean,
But Adam Lambert makes a cameo in that movie. Did you catch it?
it's been forever, and I feel like I remember like when I watched it, and then
It's hard to tell at first. Like it takes a minute.
just tell me.
He was at the truck stop bathroom.
Yeah,
That guy.
Yeah, he was wearing a trucker hat, right?
Yeah, and
'Cause
and
he
I think a
was-
mustache.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who wants a mustache?
They had a little
ride?
meetup.
It's
Get
one
it?
of my favorite songs of all time.
Which one? Bicycle.
Secret.
Oh,
Bicycle.
Anyways,
make me a bicycle clown.
I want to
Funny man.
ride my bicycle.
X-Men 2 is starring Hugh Jackman as Logan.
man.
Logan.
it's my boy.
My boy. Patrick
my boy
Stewart-
my boy Blue.
Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Famke Janssen, or Johnson, I'm not quite sure how you say her name, as Jean Grey, Halle Berry as Storm. You like that, Jean Grey? Halle Berry as Storm. I will say this, I don't like Halle Berry in this movie at all. Or
I
as
think she
Storm.
did great.
I liked her
No.
better in the first.
I would take Storm out on a dinner date.
I think I liked her better in the first one.
You remember her?
She's got the worst line of any movie I've
got
seen.
the-
Hold, before you get into her worst lines, you remember how
Great
they made her
Catwoman is?
look in how? Well, no, how they made her look. No, I'm just talking about
Okay.
Storm.
Sure.
Not her, not Halle Berry, but how good she looked in the TV show.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that shit
Yeah.
as a kid watching X-Men?
yeah.
You're like, oh, what is this?
Rogue was
I'm
mine.
gonna set this
for-
serious- I'm gonna
Halle
set
Berry
this-
was also in James
I'm gonna
Bond.
set the underwear section of the
She was
series
a
channel
Bond
locked
girl.
down for a minute.
We're watching Storm.
She was a Bond girl.
Yeah. Who wasn't?
Oh,
Anyways,
Halle Berry.
in the first X-Men movie, she has one of the worst lines of dialogue I've ever heard in my life, which is, you know what happens to a frog when it gets hit by lightning?
Oh
The
yeah.
same thing that happens to everything else.
Come on, you can't make that line good.
That's the
I
first
actually
X-Men,
thought
right?
it was
you said it was
funny.
The first, that's the first one, right?
That's
Where the
first.
Liberty.
I thought it was
Statue of
funny. I
Liberty.
get it was meant to be like intense, but I actually thought it was funny.
How about, hey, you know what happens when you get struck by lightning? The same thing as...
Why does it have to be a frog?
Because he's a toad. The guy that she's...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Duh.
Stupid.
It's all
Did you-
coming together now.
Here's a cool fun fact. Do you know who plays the toad in the first movie?
If I saw his face again, I would.
Yeah. Well,
Roy
duh, Wally. What do you mean?
I'm terrible
If
with
I
names,
saw
but
his
yes,
face again,
I saw his face.
would.
He's also in another movie in which he has dual something.
Dual
Oh, I don't have them up there anymore.
lightsabers.
Oh.
It's not that. It's not that guy.
There's only one guy.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Toad is Darth Maul, bro.
No way. Really?
100%.
Oh.
That is Roy Park, I believe, or Ray Park, something like that. Yeah, same guy played both actors, or both characters. Amazing.
Still the best lightsaber scene of all time.
Duel of the Fates, man. That
Yeah,
whole
so good.
sequence, money. The rest of the movie, throw it in the trash.
Most of it.
Anytime Darth Maul's on screen, yes. Anytime anything else happens that Liam Neeson isn't explaining the midichlorians, get the fuck out.
Qui-Gon Jinn's like my favorite.
We also got James Marsden as Scott Summers, or Cyclops, Anna Paquin as Rogue, who in the comic book series / TV show, Rogue is my jam.
She fucking sucks.
In
as an
these
actor.
movies? Oh, okay.
in these movies, sorry.
Yeah,
in
she's
this
not
movie
good.
specifically.
The comic book character is like super sexual and super like what's the word? She's got like that deep Southern accent. She kind of has it a little
shirt's
bit
kinda-
here, yeah, depending.
Yeah.
But like in this movie, like I don't like what they did with the character. I understand why they did it. You're trying to bring kids into this school
younger,
and whatnot, and they're
yeah.
younger. But her character in the TV show, she's older. She's like Storm. You know what I mean? Like
A
why?
lot of the ages don't line up in this from like the comic book and shit.
Well, if you watch the TV show, it revolves around that girl who can make fireworks with her hands. I can't remember her name, Jazz or something. I don't remember.
That's cool.
It is, but I mean, how are you gonna make that cool for a movie? I understand why they changed it, but
Make it for the 4th of July.
you have one superpower that's good for one day.
Yep.
Well, 2 days, I guess. New Year's and 4th of July.
And jazz
pew,
hands.
pew, pew, pew. Yeah, it is jazz, isn't it?
I don't know. It might be.
Might be something
I
like
don't know.
that. But I understand why they changed it for this. You want to have relatable characters and people who have cool kind of powers, and her power definitely is so like you can take anybody's power, but you're literally sucking the life force out of
Yeah.
them. But then you can't just have a regular relationship with a person. Like
yeah.
it's deep
It's
for
very
sure.
sad.
Yeah, they figure it out there.
Her as an actress, though, she's good in other stuff. So
I feel like she did a lot of chick flicks that I can't remember.
She was in True Blood. That was
yeah,
her
she
biggest
was True
thing.
Blood.
Oh, okay.
She was like the main person.
She's
in
the
True
main
Blood.
character in True
She
Blood.
has. There's a show on Amazon that she's in. It's called Flack,
Flack.
and she's a like a public relations person.
Okay.
So she's got to clean up a lot of people's messes, but she's also got a drug problem and like.
Ooh, keep it in.
But it's good, and it's set in like the UK. So like it's only like her and like one other character who aren't like British or at least
you
from that
British?
area.
I've been
but-
watching a show on there on Amazon with Josh Brolin.
Oh.
And he's like on a farm, and there's like a hole out in the middle of nowhere to a different.
Outer range.
Have you watched it?
Yeah,
I just started. It's fucking dope. I'm like 5 episodes, and it's so fucking weird.
I was into it in the beginning, and then
Oh,
Fizzled.
wait, does it get? When is? I'm like a couple. I'm not that far into it.
it's
To
no,
turn
it's
to shit on me
fine.
because so far it seems awesome.
No, it's fine. I wasn't as into it as like Carrick was. I was just kind of like.
He's like, put on another fucking episode. Terry's like, I'm going to sleep. Fuck it.
I like weird shit.
I like the one brother. The one who's a little flamboyant and sings.
You mean his sons? His
Yeah.
two sons?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
He-
one's a
I
bull
love-
rider, and then the other one's the one who lost
Yeah,
his
he
wife.
wants to be a singer.
Yeah.
But he was in Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah, everyone watches that. I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
I just
stop
see
it.
Schitt's Creek memes everywhere I fucking
Yeah,
go.
that's one of those. I know I say this to everybody. Watch Parks and Recs when they're like, I can't get through the first season. Well, you got to get through the first season. And then I say the same thing about Schitt's Creek. I'm like, I can't get through the first season.
I think I watched
It's
like
so
2
good.
to 3 episodes. And I couldn't-
Honestly, that's one of those shows that for me, it only got better. Like the last season was probably the best season. Like it only got better
I like that.
as they went.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows
Well-
that it's a lot of uncomfortable things happen,
And that's you.
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh god,
It's not. No, I don't. I actually don't feel that way. It's not uncomfortable. It's
Their parents like walk in on them like doing it's
Doing butt
horribly.
stuff.
what?
There's certain like every conversation is just awkward as shit between everybody, and that's the whole idea of that TV show.
What show?
Schitt's Creek.
No, it's not.
You're crazy.
You
You're
are
fucking
wrong.
You're crazy.
You haven't even watched it.
You watch it, Steve. You
You
tell
look
me.
at- look at my
and then
guy
you
all
can come
wrong.
back. You can argue. You can argue with her too. I'm telling you that.
I will quote right now to say to you. I'm a quote from the show. That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
It's literally just these people's personalities are so fucking out there and wild.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's what the whole thing is. And
no,
of course,
the
every bit of
dad's
dialogue turns into a whole bunch of misunderstandings between people. It's the whole thing's fucking like wild.
It's not. You haven't even watched it.
I watched enough to
say
know that I
the
couldn't go any
whole
further.
thing.
He's like, look, I'm done.
I'll go to the end of it, like the last season that I watched. I'll go to the end of it and watch those few. I'll skip the middle part, I'll go to the end, and if it's still that way,
I'm out.
we're gonna have a chit chat.
It's not even that way though. And listen, we bonded over that. I said that was something that bothers me too. I don't like secondhand awkwardness and stuff when I watch. I do not feel that at all on the show.
No.
But that guy is in it eventually. He's not in it if you're still really early in the show, but he's in it
Okay.
eventually.
He's in it. We're also starring Rebecca Romaine as Mystique, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, and Brian Cox as William Stryker.
Brian Cox.
Striker.
Brian.
He's in Troy.
He's also in Super Troopers.
Yes.
He's
Last episode I watched of your show, of that show, was where he I thought he was gay.
He who?
The brother.
He's fluid.
But
He's
yeah,
gender
he started hooking up at the hotel. His
Not
friend.
started. They hooked up. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, she's all clearly offended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I'm just saying it's not.
Well, Treasure Planet's better than this fucking show. How about that?
Get some.
Debating. But yes, that does happen. But actually, that's one of everybody's favorite, that the aftermath of that, because he explains his fluidness in a way that
What's fluidness? Is that
he
bouncing between?
he just loves to love. It's just he doesn't
Hey, I
have
don't care. Let's do it.
But
you
he
know?
said,
Let's
so
do it.
she says
Let's
after
fucking
they
do
sleep
it,
together,
baby.
he says to her, or they're in the store, and she's like, see, I have always liked red wine, and I thought you also
that's
only
literally
liked.
the last episode.
Yeah.
That was the last part.
But
I watched.
everybody really liked, and he was like, I like the wine, not the label. And that was the way he was like, I've liked red, I've liked white, I've even had a rosé, and on one night I had
so a butt is a butt to him. It doesn't.
A butt,
oh my
butt is a
God,
butt.
a butt, really?
A mouth, a butt. It's all the same to him. Everyone.
Where'd that bottle cap go?
I'm just joking. I'm
Pig.
just joking.
Pig. That's for you.
I feel like I'm getting beat.
X-Men
I
2.
placed it.
watch your corners, rookie.
Watch it going. X-Men 2 was rated PG-13 for sci-fi action violence, some sexuality, and brief language. Sci-fi action violence.
Brief language,
Brief.
bad language,
Yes, but it only happens briefly.
briefly.
Briefs.
Briefs. Yeah, what do you know about them briefs?
Wearing right now, baby.
Ooh. Runtime on this guy is 134 minutes.
Perfect.
For one of these type movies,
This movie
I think
felt
so.
long to me, to be honest. But this movie's just, I don't know. We'll talk about it.
It definitely got, I mean, it is a long movie, but I feel like it's one of those okay, you're making this big tentpole type movie that's a sequel. You kind of need to hit a certain runtime. Was there stuff in the middle that could be cut? Probably. But I feel like it's oh, wow. You go to a movie like this and it's done in an hour and a half, you're like, I got cheated.
I don't know. I mean,
One more Mystique.
did we have to go to his parents' house in Boston and have
I
all that?
like that scene because it shows you a different side of being a mutant. It's almost like what we were just talking about, being gender fluid or whatever, or being.
But I mean, I feel like they've already explained that being a mutant is a confusing and complicated thing already.
I think that partially sets up more of these X-Men movies where Magneto's also kind of taking control of a lot of these other mutants.
Because he takes the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, so if you don't go to Boston, though, you don't get that killer fucking scene where Wolverine takes one to the fucking dome.
So good, and I'm glad they did that.
Right.
By the way,
I love when the cop is watching him and he gets up and just
walks
looks at
away,
him.
yeah.
I'm glad it kind of knocked him out. It jarred him,
Yeah.
and knocked him out because I feel like if it didn't, it would have been too much.
Yeah, I don't like how it shoots the bullet out of him.
What's supposed to happen? You should just stay there.
Yeah, it's got to. What is it
Well, no,
going to
he-
soak into his body? It's got to come out. You mean it should have just fallen
stay
out?
there.
Maybe he
How do
gets
we
up
do
and
that
just
then?
pulls it out and
'Cause
then
when
it
it-
heals. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, but how would he have been conscious to pull it out had he not healed?
Well, if you want to take it to the real point, why is it knocking him out? It's not going in his brain. It's just hitting his skull, right? Okay, it gives him a concussion. He gets dazed and then pulls it out and then it
Does
heals.
it not go in his skull? I didn't even actually pay attention.
All you see is, I think all you actually see is the red.
And then it comes
slash
out. I
mark.
think it did go
But
in
then
there.
as he's laying down, you just see it go bloop.
Yeah,
out
it
on the
literally
deck.
shows it hit. He goes down, and then it shows
Yeah.
his head, and there's the back of the bullet sits there. They
Yeah.
do something else, it comes back, and then it drops out.
well, I
and
mean,
then
so
heals.
it is in his head, though.
But it doesn't go into his skull because his skull is adamantium, and you can't penetrate it.
Yeah.
The only thing that can is vibranium.
Donk.
Yep.
But you can't bring those two things together.
Oh man, his head didn't make that sound when he hit the ground.
That's why he had that Logan, he had that bullet.
Mm-hmm. In that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so if you want to bring it fully, Captain America's shield is made from vibranium and adamantium, but you can't say that when they were making the original Marvel movies because adamantium was owned by Fox and their subsidiaries.
Tired of this shit.
Tired of this shit.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
X-Men 2 was released on May 2nd, 2003.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. That's what I thought it was, or at least around about that time.
I thought this was like 2005. I don't know why this movie doesn't feel this old to me. Like even the first X-Men doesn't feel that old.
When did the first one come out?
Yeah, probably 2001.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, if this one was 2003, there's no way it was back-to-back years. There would have had to have been 2 years between, I feel like.
Yeah, not this type of movie with what's there.
Unless they had literally started filming it like
maybe
before that one was released.
Quick Google search away, but I'm good.
I don't feel like
I'm
it.
okay too.
Right. All right.
We're so invested. We're professionals for sure.
I'm
We'll
pretty
just
sure
guess.
it's
probably 2001.
It's probably 2000. You know what? It might have been 2002 now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Only
Well,
1
we're gonna
year,
still
you
talk
think? Like I said, if they were to release in 2003, and it was early 2003,
I'm
right?
trying. It was either so it's
What was the date?
May 2nd. Right?
So, earlier
yeah.
2003.
Maybe
First half of the year.
Maybe it was like earlier 2001, and then 9/11 and all that stuff.
Because I
it's hard
feel
to
like you
think
would have
about
had
that.
to have, like I said, unless they started filming while they were doing publicity for the first, like,
Right.
and they overlapped somehow. But I feel like you need that time
Got to bulk back up
to
if you're
film
Hugh
it,
Jackman.
to edit it, to everything.
I don't have service. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't got service.
We both have AT&T too, so I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I got it.
I have AT&T too, Wally.
We all have service.
Well, maybe my phone sucks.
Get on my Wi-Fi.
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 I'm gonna guess it was 2000.
2000. Oh, you know what?
I'm gonna
Makes
guess
sense.
because I feel like I remember seeing it, but I don't know.
Well, I do know that Spider-Man then came out in 2001.
I think
2000.
It was 2000. So wait,
I think
X-Men
I-
came out before Spider-Man?
the only reason I say that is I think I remember having it on DVD before I moved here. That's the only reason.
X-Men came out, the first one, 2000. What'd you ask? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, I believe, was 2001. Because remember the whole thing
Toby?
that happened with 9/11 and they had to change the trailer and everything.
The Toby?
Yeah, that was like late 2001, if not 2002 because of 9/11. Wow.
I don't know what these are, but they're delicious.
They are Reds Angry Orchard. Sorry, not Reds. They're Angry Orchard Hardcore. They're pretty good. Really good.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor. The Angry Orchard.
If we haven't gotten sponsored by Twisted Tea yet, I feel
I don't.
Do you need to wear your PJs so we can send in the video?
That's
Oh my God,
probably
one
what
day
it
I
needs to
will.
be.
You don't look.
Don't
I
tempt
have
me.
multiple onesies too. I can just swap
Yeah,
them
yeah,
out
just
every episode.
Put those on. Take a
Spider-Man
video,
was
and we'll
2002.
ship the video out.
Yeah, X-Men came out before Spider-Man.
I
By
thought it
2
did. Did you
years.
not think? Were you not under the impression of it?
No, I thought it was Spider-Man then X-Men. My brain.
My brain.
My brain. All right, budget on X-Men 2. What do we think it cost to make this guy?
Fucking a lot.
Fucking a lot.
Well, hold on. Break it down. This
I-
is early 2000s. Is there a lot of CG in this movie? Is there a lot of set pieces? Is there a lot of explosions? Or is there a lot of, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
When they had already made one of them.
So that way they're all asking for more money when they come back,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So I have no idea what one of these. I'm going to go 70, 80 million.
70, 80, 80 million. You're going 80 million
Sure.
overall budget. Tara, what do you think?
I'm going to go.
80.4 million.
Let me think. I'm going to go 70. I'm going to under. I'm going under.
She's gonna underbid
Taking
me
the under
here.
on this one.
Just taking the under, not the over. The actual budget is 125 million.
That we way off. Like,
That is estimated
A
between,
lot.
I believe it
close
was
to the
like 110.
treasure- Wait, never mind. What
No,
was the last movie we did?
Treasure Planet was like
it was
145.
110 or
Okay.
something,
Or
wasn't
was it? Why do I feel like it was 145?
Oh, I thought it was one.
It was a lot.
It
Whatever
was,
the fuck
yeah,
it was.
a lot. It was either.
I thought it would cost 110, but they made like 140
Maybe
Yeah, I
that's what it
think- I
was.
think that's-
because we
Yeah.
were like, oh wow, they
Yeah,
didn't.
145 is
I'm
in
pretty
my
sure she's
brain
right.
for some reason there, but
My brain.
still crazy. 125 million for this movie. There's a lot that they made to be in this movie that was never in it.
Like what?
A lot of set pieces.
Oh.
So the entirety of like that. Tell me, I need to know. Toad and Sabretooth were supposed to be back in this movie. They were not. There was a bunch of stuff with Cyclops that was filmed that's not in this movie. There's a lot of stuff that David
I
Hayder
feel like
wrote.
he got gypped in this movie a little bit.
Exactly. They took out a lot of stuff that was made for this movie to make it more cohesive.
He was like
Probably tried to save money on some of that CG for Cyclops. Probably what it was.
There was a lot of him in the first one, and I feel like in the second one they were like,
yeah, and then spoilers in the third one, he just fucking dies.
Who
like
dies?
Cyclops.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You see his Oakley's just spinning there.
Yeah. This movie's full of a lot of weird characters, or like acting wise for me, like a lot of bland. He feels very bland. Rogue feels very bland.
Yeah.
Rogue feels like it felt kind of like
I don't want to know, do I?
like they should have been in like an American Pie and opposed to fucking a movie like this. You know what I'm saying?
What are you dying for?
I can't say it on here.
Oh, just say something. Say something. You gotta tell. You can't.
No,
lie.
I opened my.
Tell the people.
Tell them people.
No, I will not. But I'm not. I'm telling you, I can't. But I opened my notes section to look at my list,
Movie list,
my ongoing movie list, and when I opened my notes, when I opened my notes section, this was what came up.
Oh, nice.
I thought it was going to be a penis, but it's not a penis.
No, someone had typed it in my phone this weekend at the bar because they were trying to request a song to the DJ.
That's not how you do that.
Who I had
and the DJ wasn't there, but I was standing next to the thing, and they were like, "Can you tell him?" And I said, "No, there's no way I'm saying. There's no way I'm requesting that." So they typed it in my phone.
That makes it somehow better.
Yeah, I don't want to say this out loud.
To
Can
which
you,
then,
you put this on, please?
But then he went, "No,
we don't do that here.
No, I can't play that."
You want a movie I added to my list, Steve? You'd like it. Monkey Bone.
Ooh.
Add that to my list.
I'm going to say this. Brendan Fraser is slowly becoming my favorite actor of all time, behind Michael J. Fox. Like, it's close.
Have you seen the people talking about Brendan Fraser come back, and people are like, "Come back, bitch."
Right.
Like,
where'd he go?
Yeah.
He got molested by a very high-ranking male person in the movie biz.
Your favorite comeback. Kim Kardashian.
Isn't the one where she gets...
Come on, Rebecca.
All right, box office for X-Men 2. What do we think this movie made overall in its box office run, Walter?
Remember,
this is before Marvel and all the Endgame and all these huge, box office records.
200 million.
200. Going 200. Tara? They made another sequel.
Yeah. So it cost them. See, that was kind of a lot to make it. So
125, definitely a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going 200 mil. I'm going 225 mil.
You can't change it now.
I wanted to go 100 higher than what it had made.
Oh, okay. Or what it costs to make.
Yeah, it costs to make.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what my thing.
Okay, so you're doing 225.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying 200.
She's going 200.
Are you looking at me right now? Like I find this. So this is why I like looking up here.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start like going, I'm like, wait, hold on.
Is it me? Actual retail budget? No, sorry. Actual box office: $407 million. It made 85.5.
Holy shit!
In its opening weekend.
So bad today. So was it number one opening weekend?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I feel like it had to have been.
Yeah, that much money.
How much moolah?
What else is in the list? What else came out in 2000?
We don't know.
We're
we
gonna
haven't
get
gotten
there.
to that segment yet.
Well, it's next. Top 10 that weekend. I will say we have been in somewhat this month, possibly. Number 10, Bend It Like Beckham.
Wow.
Yeah, that didn't. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Number 9, Bulletproof Monk.
Oh my God.
Is that Jet Li?
No, that was
who was it?
American Pie, Stifler, and
oh yeah.
What's his face?
Yeah.
Number 8, It Runs in the Family.
No idea.
Obviously, it doesn't run in the family because I don't
know what that is.
Me neither. Number 7, Confidence.
This is probably one of the lists where I don't know what the fuck any of these are.
I don't know what that. I knew what the first two were.
Wait for it. Top 5. Here we go.
Wait.
Big ones. Is this
How
a
many
summer release?
Did you name 5?
This is a summer release,
You named
right?
5 movies?
Sorry, that was 4.
Oh my God.
Top
I was about
6.
to say.
This was a summer movie, right?
May 2nd.
Okay.
So no.
No,
Spring.
getting there. Yeah. Number 6, Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
man.
that's where I went on my
Be
first
red.
date. Hold on,
All
Wally
right.
story.
Wally time.
So I was dating this very sweet girl at the time. We were in high school. Steve probably remembers her. Her name. I will leave her name out of it, but she's very nice.
Her name. I will leave her name.
I would leave her name redacted.
You thought about it for a second.
It was after a flower, so everyone can guess.
I get it.
Whoever. Anyways, but we go out on this date, and it's my first like date. I'm a late bloomer, you know.
I'm a late bloomer.
What grade was this?
It's 8th. No, 9th. It would have been high school.
Yeah, I was in
Yeah. high
high school, so I got dropped off at the movie theater, and then she got dropped off at the movie theater, Lexington Park movie theater, right?
Sounds like a good time.
To go watch Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu Most Wanted.
Most
Yeah.
wanted.
Most Wanted. I went with all Malibu's Most Wanted.
Fuck.
She we went, we saw it. It was hilarious. She held my hand.
Oh. Through the whole movie?
It was adorable.
Most of the movie.
And how
whole
did the
thing.
date end?
How did you eat that popcorn, boy?
Wait, what?
What? How'd you eat the popcorn if you're
I
holding it?
was a 14-year-old boy. I want to focus on no goddamn popcorn. I think her hand touched my thigh, and I was like, ah! I
So
was a
did
little
you?
baby.
So how did you end your date?
There was no.
it-
I didn't have the balls to do like a kiss or anything like that. I remember just ass out hug. You know, her parents are there. I'm like, all right, bye.
keep the Holy Spirit between you.
Yeah. Fuck, 6 inches.
That's what they
of-
used to tell us at Catholic school at the dances.
Yeah.
Leave enough room for the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Tiffany,
But how do you know
Tiffany
how
would
big the Holy Spirit is?
like a
you
human,
know,
a person
I'll show you how big.
was supposed to be enough for another person to be in between.
I'll
you.
show you how big the Holy
I'm
Spirit
sure
is.
Tiffany remembers that.
Probably.
Ooh.
I went to Catholic school too.
Yeah, but Tiffany went to my Catholic school.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 5. Speaking of Catholics.
Yes, Steve.
Speaking of how big the Holy Spirit is, number 5, Holes.
Oh, Shallow LeBlue.
Shia!
Who's now like coming back from saying he beat some woman or something?
Well, he didn't say it. She said it.
They
Well,
had a toxic relationship, and she.
Yes. Yeah.
That was my girl too, Olivia Wilde, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
She was the direct. No,
well,
that's
there was a
new
big
drama.
That was a big problem recently.
That's new drama.
and
with her.
I used to love. I remember seeing her in Tron, and I was like, oh yeah.
She
Big
she directed that new movie coming out.
Yeah, and then
Something
yeah, exactly.
Darling.
Yeah, it's not good. Only
And he-
Florence Pugh is good in it.
She like used his fucking drama to promote the movie.
Well, so
Was that what it was?
she said that they
Do you watch TMZ terrorist shit like that?
no, but I follow E News on Instagram.
Okay.
Just the same.
But she apparently said something like he left. Oh no. She had to do what was best for her cast, and she like made the decision. And now he's come out. It's mine. And now she's come out saying, or he's come out saying, no, we both know why I quit. And he's saying he quit the movie.
Whatever.
And so now
yeah,
there's
yeah, okay.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
and he
100%.
had the receipts. Like there was like messages of her being like,
I got
just
the
come
receipts.
back, we'll make it work. And she was like,
imagine texting somebody over like a movie.
Something that fucking
Yeah,
big.
like
Isn't that a weird
no.
concept?
Yeah.
I think it was audio. I think it was an
Okay, well,
actual
still.
but then there was now people are saying that there was drama with her and Florence, saying that she had some beef with her, but all she's ever said
Is
about
that the
her
blonde from
yeah.
Black Widow, yeah.
I love her.
But all she's ever said is how great she was in the movie and all this stuff.
Right.
And I saw someone, and now there's this drama that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine at the film
I
festival.
thought he was a sweet man too. What the fuck is
so
going
in
on
the
here?
in
British.
in the video,
Fucking
it
fake
looks
ass
like maybe he might
bitches.
have accidentally, and Chris Pine just kind of looked at it and like giggled. Like he kept. I mean, there was
How do you like?
Look,
maybe it's not
like going to go to the
loogie
floor or
form?
something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, if you're like,
but
I mean, I've
but then
sneezed and had a fucking
a lug, you
Chris
yeah,
go
Pine's
wild.
rep.
flubber came fucking floating out my schnoz.
Chris Pine's rep has come out and is like, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is not true. Blah blah blah. But like now people are going,
Captain Kirk.
they need to make a movie about
circle.
the making of this movie. Like the drama has already
That serious?
I
overwhelmed.
do like drama.
The
I like
movie.
the tea. Give me the tea.
Well, it's already overwhelmed the movie itself. There's been so
Right,
many.
Yeah, the movie's not good
things.
apparently.
Do these people?
Apparently, there's some steamy stuff in it though.
Oh,
With Florence too. With
just watch.
Florence.
Oh, that's my girl. I love her cooking videos on Instagram.
She has cooking videos.
Yeah, she's great. She's so
Great.
fucking great.
Her and Zach Braff just broke up.
Oh yeah. It's my time to shine.
It's my
dated-
slide into the
I think
DMs.
they
Well,
dated for like 2
Hey,
years.
I know
or
you
something.
don't know me, but I know you.
I feel like you're gonna come up with something funny that she'd be like,
That's
why not?
Yeah, that guy's totally
I'm at least gonna
outside
like
my
it.
window.
I'm at
when
least
I'm-
gonna like it. All
Look
right,
at
top.
that, look at that beautiful
4?
boy right there with them.
What number was that? Was 5?
That was 5 holes. Number 4, anger management.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Goose Rabba.
Goose Rabba.
Who's that's so good.
I'm
I
so
forget about
pretty.
Nicholson. It fucking
Oh,
it's
so pretty.
perfect.
Who was
really
his?
is.
Who was his girl in that?
Marissa
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
I love her.
Good old Aunt May.
Oh my
who's
god,
never gonna
I
not look
love
good.
Marissa Tomei. You don't.
No, right? She must be a vampire.
She.
Her and
Her
Keanu.
and like Pharrell and
Oh my god, I imagine your dear.
Oh, jeez.
wait. Oh,
Then bam, a fucking bullet knocks off half your head. Your brain is laying in little bloody pieces.
You've seen The Wrestler?
Yes.
Then she knows why I'm looking at you.
yes. I'm terrible with names,
She,
man.
Marissa Tomei is in it, and she
I don't
is
think I've seen it. I don't
basically
think
a
I've seen it.
stripper.
The wrestler.
Oh, I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Let's be real. Aunt May, don't hold back.
Dude, she's fucking.
She
She also seems like a sweet woman.
she made.
She's such a sweet lady.
There was something big about that. That when My Cousin Vinny came out, usually like at the Academy Awards, like the actress category is never really given to a comedy.
Oh,
And she was
yeah,
nominated
yeah.
for
Yeah.
that movie.
the posit
That
track.
year. The positive traction.
All right, top 3
I'm positive.
in no particular order: X-Men 2,
Shocking.
Identity, and the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Shut up. I can't even believe that was top 3.
Lizzie bottom, X-Men up top. That's mine.
So Identity was the one with the hotel, right? The motel with John Cusack.
What's the difference between a hotel and a motel?
Hotel, you
Are there levels? I don't know.
I thought it was hotel. You can stay longer than a motel, or it is
Why
vice
not?
versa.
Why
This
not?
is like the fucking. This
Google
is like
it.
a sandwich question. I wish I smoked weed because I fucking this. This is just what
I
pops
really
in my head
don't
all
know.
the
I
time.
really don't
Answering
know.
life's biggest questions. What's the
I
difference?
do feel like motels are always only one
Why
or
the
two
fuck?
levels.
I was on Snapchat, and as soon as I opened it to look up shit on my phone, this is what I.
what is that?
Hold on, yeah, you're
The
not going to
eyeballs.
see my
Wait,
face, so I can't.
Is
Hold
it
on.
both?
So hold on,
Both?
I don't know what I'm doing right now, but this. I just took a picture. This is the first thing that popped up. Can you see it? Is it going to be
Click
too
on it.
bright?
Get it to focus.
Yeah, no, there it is. There it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous.
All right, all right.
You look
Was I looking up again? My
beautiful.
fucking ADD went wild. What was it?
The difference between motel and
Motel and
hotel.
hotel.
Motel and hotel. The
For anybody-
the important things on the decision.
Right.
reel.
Anybody
So
who's listening, you can watch us on YouTube to see that beautiful picture.
I need to know what weeks
where you take your
Identity and
hose
Lizzie
to.
McGuire were. Wally didn't care to ask, but I want to know.
I believe Identity was out once, and I believe Lizzie McGuire is this.
All
is
I
her
know
first-
is
the
old
first-
Lizzie McGuire nowadays is looking fine.
Hillary Duff? Yeah. She
Yeah.
was good.
She looks
She kept it
great.
tight.
She has a
And she kept her shit
for
together.
the ages.
And she kept her shit together, though.
She did
I
not go
know.
crazy. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
didn't do the Lindsay.
So
Lohan.
it was her. It was Lizzie McGuire's first week out.
Yes, it's and is also X-Men 2.
I'm going X-Men Lizzie Identity.
Okay.
Just because I was going to go the same way Wally did, but the only reason I'm doing it is because first week out, maybe kids, family, like.
Wally's got something.
And Lizzie McGuire was a big TV show for a minute.
It was.
Okay, so
Okay.
you were kind of right on the hotel
Like the
versus
length of
motel
stay?
debacle.
Okay.
It is a size,
Oh.
but it's not a
No,
specific
that was
size.
me.
Or you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
whoever
I was gonna
said
say,
it. Sorry,
I said
sorry.
length of stay.
Another. Yeah.
Oh
it's-
yeah, like stay longer.
It's just a difference. So I think you both were right because I think when you said like multiple floors.
Yeah, I said it. They
So
usually
it's
one or
just-
two
it's
floors.
just a bigger version of it. So I think in my brain, like when you drive places by and you're like, that's a fucking crack hotel. And it's
That's
all
a
one
motel.
floor and
That's
it
a
looks like an
motel.
Arcor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It looks
I
like an
think that's
L
the
shape.
But you go
I've-
over to the Holiday Inn.
That's a hotel.
There's like
yes.
13 plus. I don't think I've ever seen a motel that
Learning
was
here.
more than two,
Informing you.
floors.
Right.
like at least a ground floor,
And
and
you
then
can
maybe
see-
a second.
And it's all outside. You can see the doors
The
in which you
exits,
get. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
least
a
for the most
motel.
part,
And
yeah.
a hotel is a fully invested.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
So it is as follows. Number 1, X-Men 2. Let's be real. That's not the.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody's not going to know that. Number 2, the Lizzie McGuire movie, and then Identity.
There's no way. I should have banked on her.
Have you not seen the Lizzie McGuire?
It's actually pretty good.
Come on.
It's pretty good. You should watch
it. In Roma.
Clearly.
Yeah, come on. Jesus. I used to watch Lizzie McGuire actually all the time.
Hey now.
The tomatometer, the Rotten Tomatoes score, the Roddy T's. What would we think? The critics and audience gave this out of 100%.
I think they it's Wally first.
Yeah, Wally first. Out of 100%.
80s. 80s.
I think 80s.
I'm gonna go a little lower. I think I'm gonna go lower.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go kind of where we were last week with this. That fucking. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go.
I don't even remember what last week was. To be honest with you.
I'm gonna go critic 62.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go audience 69, baby.
69.
While he's on his phone, how do I know he's not looking at it right now?
You can see my phone from there.
No, I can't. First of all, it's dark now. I can't see anything. There's
It's been dark the whole time.
It's been dark. I just hold it. I like to feel.
Coincidentally, he needed to look something up right before this.
I don't even look. I was looking.
He doesn't even know what segment's coming.
I think Tara's getting mad that I've been winning.
Oh, Tara,
yeah,
you got a chance to win. What do you think it is?
I'm saying 80s.
80s, okay.
Okay, so I'm thinking. I'm
right,
thinking.
Billy Joel.
Oh fuck. Only 80s,
Only
Joel.
80s Joel.
I'm so glad both of you got that.
I want to say like mid 80s. Let's go.
She going high.
I don't want to give them exact same. Let's go like 83, 85.
83
critics.
Audience
85.
Audience. If I was a betting man, I would say you look this up.
Fuck you, Tara.
Oh my god!
But
what is it? Wait, is it?
You're half
is it
right
83, 85?
and you're half wrong.
Oh,
it's 85 critics.
83 audience.
85 audience.
Also, it's flat.
She said she almost went mid 80s on both.
Well, I felt like I said mid 80s on both.
Hold on, I gotta.
She said you were looking
at
it up.
Qualm?
I do.
You have a qualm? What?
So I think that you looked it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Here, hold on.
When would I have done that?
Hold.
Okay.
This is
on your way over.
So you're smart. I've decided that you're smart. So you would have done it prior. And then while I was on my phone, you would have been like, "Oh, misdirection," and you would have been like,
"I'm a magician now
too." We're gonna make it look like he's doing it, so that way no one's looking at me for being perfectly correct for the one time in the past 4 movies that we watched, 3 movies
She's like,
that we watched.
Look at my history. I didn't look it up because I saw it when I watched it on TV.
Let me see that browser.
Well, now I can't because I looked up X-Men while we were sitting here trying to figure out what years they came out.
Tiebreaker then.
Just different
tiebreaker to see if you looked it up.
Shirtless.
IMDb score. What would you think it is out of 10?
This is out of 10.
Out of 10. So you can do points, right?
I'll go higher now. I'll go 7.5.
7.5.
I was just gonna say 7. So I don't.
7. I'm gonna say 7.5.
7.5. Go Leonard Washington 7.5.
I feel like in most of the movies I go 6 or 7. Like I just do.
Well, we're picking decent movies,
but I
right?
would say 7. Yeah, I would say 7.
Yeah. IMDb is a 7.4.
Did you look this up?
Yeah, while you were looking at me. That's a dark screen, Wally. You gotta. What do they call those?
Dude, if that was my thing, don't you think I would have gotten more of them right leading up to today?
No, I don't actually, because I think you play the game
you think
well. I think you play the game.
So you think I'm gonna go wrong a few weeks in a row and then drop a bomb?
Throw me off. Like if there was like a murder surrounding you, I'd be like.
It was probably
she might be the one that could pull it off.
If you knew how competitive I was, you would not call me a cheater. Because I would.
So that plays into you saying that if there was a murder, that person probably murdered.
I think you're just even further down the rabbit hole now of you trying to protect yourself. You're like,
I'm not.
You're like
these are all
written down.
They got me.
In your notepad and your phone. Like, oh yeah, you
notepad.
Know how I am.
She sat there and went. She went 85, 85, 85,
I showed
85.
you what my notes said.
It's like if you're competitive.
We got the note. It's not a good one.
You saw what the notepad said.
Next, but eye drops and
the only other
beer.
thing in my notepad is my movie list and the information for the Bachelorette weekend.
You want to know how you know I don't cheat?
You don't even know where you are.
Exactly.
I just
what
show
the
up.
fuck is going on right now?
Perfect.
All right. I can delete the Bachelorette
X-Men
note.
2.
It's done.
Who was our favorite character?
Let me see that browser.
Oh, shit. Who was our favorite character? X-Men 2. Anybody can take
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Why?
Because Hugh Jackman.
Because exactly. Because Hugh Jackman. And he's just fucking the best. It doesn't matter which one of these movies he's in. I don't think I'd have a favorite character in any of the other movies he's been in. X-Men movies.
Okay. But it's him.
I have,
Like
100%.
I'm thinking back to all the X-Men
These are
movies.
all Wolverine movies.
That's what I'm saying. Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class, all this stuff like they did afterwards after the first three. Logan is all about it. You know what I mean? Like
the main fucking cat.
I feel like
in
there's
every one.
not really like another standout.
No, they follow him around. He is the
You know what I
main-
mean? Like I don't think there's.
They try to make Jennifer Lawrence the standout in the next trilogy or
I mean,
whatever.
I get that.
And I get
With
it, but she wasn't. I didn't like.
I think they
her
did a
in it.
better job in those movies of splitting up who might be, or just like the character
The
arcs.
balance.
But this fucking
The
I
this
agree.
one
of
I
it.
agree.
is
Yeah.
fucking shoned in on her.
Yeah, I will say
100%.
that Charles Xavier, Sir Patrick Stewart,
Well,
does
so
a
that's-
phenomenal job.
I was
but-
gonna say him next.
Right, but he's playing such a stoic character that he's
Yeah.
not sticking out to you as being amazing
I
because
don't
he's
think he'd
doing so
ever.
good.
I don't think he'd ever stick it. That character doesn't stick out.
I do
That's what
actually
I'm trying
like
to say.
Mystique.
But he
though.
easily does the best fucking job.
I do actually like Mystique. Though.
Magneto does a really good job. I love Magneto.
I think she does a good job, like carrying the character.
Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
At this point, would it have been Rebecca Romaine Stamos?
Is she the one that owns the lettuce?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Son of a bitch!
Oh my god.
That took me a second. I was
I
like,
was like-
"What are you,
I was
the
like
lettuce?"
looking at both of you. You're
No,
like mid conversation.
But I don't know because 2003. I don't know.
Maybe it was around this time she was trying to get away from that guy. Apparently, I don't know, Mister.
But I
Uncle Jesse.
I thought she cared. Like I like the way she carries herself. I like her boobies. I like when
like
she's
her
blue
boobies.
and she's a
Yes.
redhead.
That's another one we should redo.
What?
Row models. You did row models, right?
No, we haven't.
Oh,
Oh, I guess that's
I
nice.
like your take on
That's
boobies.
on my list.
Don't make eye contact.
Are you white? Then you Ben Affleck.
Then you've been Affleck.
What was the
He's
energy
right, you
drink
are white.
band that they had? It was like Bull. It was like
Bowl
a-
something.
No,
yeah.
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Minotaur. That's what it is.
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
That's a good one too.
That's on my list.
Oh yeah, because it's got Paul Rudd in it.
That is why.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that. No, I.
Would you like a book? There.
And right below it.
Well, you want to trade? You want to share? Hold on.
We should just have a
oh,
giant
yeah,
Google
Hold on. I'll
fucking
show you mine.
notepad. I'll show you
Ooh,
mine.
you show me yours.
Here, you take that one. There's some misspellings in there because I don't.
Whatever. While you guys are reading that, I will talk about Mystique in this movie. I really like Mystique in this movie as well. I like her better than they had in the first movie. Obviously, she's a more fleshed out character.
Our lists are so
They do.
different.
I
They
know,
do.
right? What the fuck?
They do some
Sorry,
cool
Steve.
shit with the scars on her stomach when she's trying to get with
yeah.
Wolverine. I really like
I think
that
we only
because
have one or two.
We should do sausage party. That would be great on
Jesus.
this podcast.
That's on my list.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, was I?
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nobody listens.
That movie's so fucking obscene. It would be fucking great to do.
I
To talk
don't,
about.
I don't disagree with you.
Anyway, Steve, keep going. Sorry.
What I'm saying is, I really like how they lean into the fact that if you're with, or if you know a Mystique, if this was real, you would be like, hey, why don't you just be whoever you want to be? And no, why wouldn't anybody do that at this
Dunstan
point? You know what I
checks in.
mean? Like Dunstan checks in. What about Dustin checks
Do
out?
you remember
With
that
the
fucking movie?
monkeys?
Yes, I do.
Is that a Disney?
Orangutan.
Probably.
I think it's yeah.
George from Seinfeld's in it.
It's so good.
George.
No, not that George. Anyways, what I'm saying is Mystique, right?
Brendan Fraser.
All right. Mystique.
Oh.
Anybody that thinks of that is going to say, okay, yeah, you want to be with a woman who could be anybody they want, right? Like how?
And he's like, no.
Yeah, because he only wants
So
one
does
person.
she takes the full, like, I know they don't talk, this is not talked about, but I've always had
My biggest
questions.
question is, how is she morphing with clothes on?
That's one.
It's very. Yeah.
It's a movie, so I get it. You get a pass on that
My
one.
list is
Clearly-
way more diverse than yours.
Does she worry about doing the full anatomy?
So if you're saying is she is a woman, possibly, we don't know, right?
Does she worry like,
Does
oh,
she
I'm going to be wearing a suit
morph
anyways,
the
do I
balls
need to
out?
have, yeah. Is that there?
Is it just one
You're
for
saying,
one,
does she even bother morphing that part of her body?
Yeah, because it's covered.
or does it just happen because you're morphing into a
whole other person.
Right.
I wonder if it's just like.
But
yeah.
how does she know what the underneath looks like?
She just makes it up.
She's only
Oh, that's even more of a fucking good question.
She only sees the
Everybody's got a
outside.
big old Johnson. I don't
because
know.
again,
Maybe she just has like a
Like
a picture of like a montage.
no,
of
but listen, like you
Johnsons,
pointed out, when she transforms into Jean, her scars are still there.
right.
which
like
would
her
have been which
scars.
would have been hidden, right?
Mystique's, no, I'm saying Mystique's scars are there.
Because in the first movie, she
Her
gets stabbed
scars
in the
stayed.
stomach by Wolverine.
Wolverine.
And in this
That's
movie,
how he knew it was her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She morphed as Jean. So her scars were still there when she
So
morphed as Jean.
she's probably morphing and not, it's just vagina all the time.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. She doesn't fully pay attention.
Yeah,
because
it's not like she's not taking on their scars or anything. She's only taking on hers. So it's got to just be outer, like exterior, what she can see.
Maybe it just looks like a mannequin.
Under there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got
some tatas.
Nothing. Who, Jennifer Lawrence or the new one?
Rebecca
or
Romijn.
old one, sorry.
Well, that's who we're talking about because that's the movie we're talking about. But Jennifer Lawrence has some tatas too.
I like Jennifer Lawrence also.
Mm-hmm. I like her.
Like your take on boobies.
Yes.
All right. Do Tara, who's your favorite? You said Logan as well?
Yeah, and I mean, I would have put...
She looked like a snack in Hunger Games. Hey. Sorry, I guess
I volunteer as tribute.
I'm joking.
Sorry. Okay, well then, I mean, my
didn't work very well.
I'll just piggyback on you. My favorite character as well is Logan, just because.
I can tell you my least favorite character is.
That's coming up next, right?
Can I do mine first?
I guess.
Yeah,
it's fucking Ronnie.
Me too. Fucking Ronnie.
Fuck that kid.
God, Ronnie.
What a loser.
What a dick.
He's the fire guy, right?
No,
which
the
one's
brother
Ronnie?
who called the cops on.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
Just he's so jelly that his brother has these cool powers, and he's just I need a police. There's people in my house.
They won't let us leave.
Right,
bitch. Who said you couldn't leave? Get the fuck out, Ronnie.
Right.
I was gonna say Rogue because I can't get past that shitty acting in this fucking movie.
I agree.
Yeah, but I like the character though. So
I like the character if it wasn't Rogue.
But I didn't like the fire guy either, Pyro.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
He's kind of a dick too.
I can only manipulate the fire.
I can't actually make it.
You're a god among insects. I do like when
don't let them tell you otherwise.
I do like when Magneto and Mystique are laughing and they're like, "We like what you did with your hair."
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
But then she just like very like casually starts to take her gloves off and walks over and they're like, nope.
Yeah,
when they stop, when Professor X stops everybody, right, in that little weird mall or whatever scene.
Oh, in the beginning, yeah.
So
the museum.
He's just stopping time for the people in their brains, right?
Humans.
So you know what? That's funny to me, right? Because he's pausing time, but he's not pausing time because
he's just stopping them from moving and functioning. Correct.
Correct, because the news is still rolling. So my thought is, at the end of this movie,
oh my God, can you imagine coming to and being like, "What the fuck did they say?"
Yeah. 100%.
I was watching that.
Right. So at the end of this movie, it flips the script because he pauses time for the world. Then.
I don't
right?
know.
Because he's on
for
camera.
The president.
The president's on camera.
That clearly would be a problem. It's people would know.
Yeah, but then
there's a file that magically appears.
But then they come to and they're like, "Mr. President,"
because he's pausing because he's thinking. He's thinking about what just happened, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do.
Do you think that if we got paused for a brief period of time, that everybody would fucking know? Do you think if it was like if it was like 2 seconds?
2 seconds, no.
Like a glitch.
What do you think it is? So it's like a fucking was it 15 seconds? Yeah. It feels like there's a fucking
It
lapse.
wasn't 2 seconds because
it was like a minute. It was definitely a minute.
People are going to be like, "Oh, something just skipped." Do you think there'd be like a thread where it's like, "Oh yeah, this day, this time, shit."
Okay, so let's be real. If he's able to stop time,
and does
that mean he can stop people breathing? And if they're breathing and they're stopped breathing, are they dying because they can't gasp for oxygen?
Or are they
their hearts dying? You know, yeah. What's he really stopping?
So clearly, he's stopping the person, right? He's not stopping time. Like that's what he does.
He has to stop the person because, like you said, the news keeps going. So the world didn't stop. Like time didn't stop.
So then, how does he stop it at the end with the president, who is literally on a live broadcast to the world?
Well, all of the things turned off.
Well, that's what. So
Storm made all the things turn off, so he wasn't on a broadcast.
People are just going to notice, and after that, you can't do that, right? So that's when you get hunted. After that point, there's a motherfucker that can do that. There's no way
you get hunted.
Yeah. He's done for. You don't get a fucking school.
Well, let's be real. He almost killed everybody in the world. Give it up, Matt.
He did. He was manipulated, and he almost killed every human in the world.
And nobody went, "Hey, maybe we should be like looking at this harder?"
Was no one? Yeah,
Logan did a great job.
Why did we all have instant migraines all of a sudden? That was weird.
When he was like, that's such a fucking cool take. If you watch Logan, right, and he's like escaping with it, and they get to the casino or whatever that place is that they end up at.
It's a casino.
And he has a
he has dementia,
or dementia, and he goes crazy, and everyone within like a radius is just fucking mind's about to explode.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome. That's such a cool fucking take.
What are you talking about?
So the movie Logan.
The new, the last one that he did.
I see. Okay. I thought you were talking about Logan, the character in this movie, and I was like, that didn't happen in this movie.
No.
I get you now. Logan, yes.
People's brains popping.
And what's his face's son too? He's way more prevalent in certain comics. He's like an omnipotent fucking. He's like one of those powerful beings.
Jason?
Strikers.
Yeah, Striker's son. Yeah.
Jason.
Stop it, Jason. Or is it Jason? Stop it. I don't remember. Yeah. Who was your? So you said Anna Paquin, Rogue. You didn't like.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was our favorite part or scene?
Oh, it's fucking the action. I like the mansion action. That's pretty good too.
Like when
So
the
it's
kids
either
are
the
getting
house
taken?
or the action scenes either in the house and with the police and shit or the mansion. Those are my two favorite. I like the mansion.
Yeah. Okay. Tara.
I'm not watching this movie for anything serious. Sorry, Tara. Go ahead.
I kind of like. I mean, I like all the action scenes with Hugh Jackman because
Hold on. There's only one
We
scene
can
I
agree on
don't
that.
like with him, and that's right at the end of the school break-in when he jumps off the fucking banister or whatever it is, the second story.
Oh,
it
and
looks
stabs those
cool,
two guys.
but then when he stabs him, he kind of like throws his hands back. It looks
and
so.
stabs the other guys.
It just looks so
Next-
It's
weird.
that weird rope shit.
Yeah.
I like when she put a bunch of iron in the security guy's system, and Magneto
Something
sucked it out of
off
his
about
body
you.
through his skin. I thought that was interesting,
His power's so fucking cool.
especially as someone with excess iron. I
Oh.
felt seen.
I can relate.
It can be sucked out of me at any time. So I have two favorite
But I
scenes.
thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, my two favorite scenes at the beginning to me is what sets the precedent for, I think, movies after this, because they weren't afraid to do something crazy like going to the president and trying to kill him. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't done before. And the way they do it with Nightcrawler like morphing in and out, it's so good and so well done, and it still stands up today. Like it looks great.
Where does his power end and start? Like, so, like, is it just places he's seen?
So
Why does
clearly,
he just fucking
clearly you didn't watch before.
you morph? Well,
We got on here.
throughout the world, though. So he gets to the point where he can just go wherever in the
Well,
comics.
he says in this movie,
where he has to have seen it, right?
he says, but then
He's
he
able
does
to,
it.
right? Because they believe in faith.
But then Storm was like, I believe in you, and he is able to do it
I believe.
without seeing.
Can I see a picture?
Right.
I got to physically be there.
Well, he didn't. He just did it.
That brings me to a movie that not a lot of people like, that
Which is
I
weird.
kind of like. It's called Jumper with Samuel L. Jackson
like Jumper.
and
Did it have Anakin?
Rachel Bilson and then Anakin Skywalker in it. I really like that movie just
liked
because
it.
of the thought of it, but nobody really got behind it. It's not a
No.
bad movie.
I thought that flopped.
It did.
It
That's
did.
what I'm saying.
It did. But I that was another movie though, where we talked about this last week, where I hate that when people give up like the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one
Same
where
thing, yeah.
I got so annoyed that his poor, perfect life that he had jumping to get whatever he wanted was just destroyed.
Yeah, and
I was like,
make it be smarter. If you're able
Right.
to do this stuff, like give
be
yourself
smarter.
6 different areas where you could just jump to that nobody knows, that's in a wall somewhere.
Also, you don't need your apartment to have a door even. You can get into it. So like
Right.
he could have hid all that stuff elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of holes in this, like the Jean part at the end where she had to die.
She didn't.
Yeah,
No,
I was
she
like,
didn't have to. I don't know where she thought that.
I know
don't
she
why
doesn't
thought that.
technically, but she kind of comes back.
No,
next time
but that's
around,
what I
but-
mean. She didn't.
That's why they
But she
killed
said,
it. Yeah.
I have to do this.
Right.
And
how
then
she
they show
evolves.
at the end the water, the very faint, like,
Phoenix.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's what they have to do for the story, right? I get it. But in reality, when you look at it, like Nightcrawler could have grabbed her. She could have hovered herself
They
off
did
the air.
do
you
a
He
know?
said, well, he
decent
said
job
she
that
won't
she's
let me.
stopping,
She's
yeah.
blocking me. Yeah.
But it's more just like her powers. I mean, those crafts just started up. Why don't you fucking do that while you
I
inside?
love how Cyclops at one point is like,
Do your work
a
from
couple
inside
weeks
the
ago
place.
you were
know?
struggling to move a chair, and now you're
Right.
like,
Moving all this shit everywhere. And why
and
couldn't
now you're blowing up buildings.
Right, I know
What are you
that
doing?
that the professor was having issues too because of what he went through, but couldn't he kind of mind controlled and helped?
Mind control who?
Clearly not.
Well, not mind control, but like
He was
levitate
weak.
shit.
He was weak as fuck,
Right.
Steve.
Okay, whatever. My other favorite scene was like you kind of talked about the jailbreak.
I don't
scene,
think
like,
they
it's
ever show
really
him-
good.
Sorry, in these movies, like levitating, like telekinesis.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Which he could do. He doesn't.
Oh
need
wait,
the
no,
wheelchair.
no. He gets
I don't think they
levitated in
do.
the third movie by
Like he doesn't need the
by
wheelchair. He could
Jean,
just
it blows up.
float everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It could, yeah. You're right. Now, anyways, my
His feet just
other
glide across the ground.
favorite scene was the jailbreak scene. It is fucking really cool, like you said, with the iron being pulled out of the blood. What are you doing?
And
It's
then he
him.
makes
It's him because he can't feel his feet. It's just
Well, there's a part where they're
run
like
into everything.
where Nightcrawler and Storm are carrying him through the end of this movie.
Yeah.
He's literally walking. They show him walking like his feet are moving.
I didn't watch that. I didn't notice that.
They're not supposed to show him moving, right? Because he's paraplegic because of his powers. But you can see his Sir Patrick Stewart's legs just me. It's definitely not on purpose.
Yeah.
But it was left in.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's funny. Like in real life.
He
He's
seems like
funny.
such a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah. He's like one of those guys. Like full on.
Like he's done like some of those random like funny skits with people and stuff. He's just funny.
He's a good guy.
You know who I love and I don't feel like gets enough credit? Stanley Tucci.
Oh, I love Stanley Tucci.
I love Stanley Tucci.
Who's that again?
So he was in
Give me a roll or
Devil
something.
Wears Prada. He was in Easy A.
He's the dad in
he was
Easy
the
A.
dad in Easy
Right.
A. He was in
I'm adopted. What?
I love that part.
Yeah. Okay, Transformers. He is one of the
I'll show you.
the Transformers. I think it's with Marky Mark. He was like,
I know Devil Wears Prada, actually. That's funny.
So Dan
I just have to see his face.
Yeah,
You're
he
good,
was the
Steve.
guy with the
He's bald.
glasses who was like helping.
Oh, yeah. He was in King.
I love
Was he
him.
in Kingsman?
no.
No.
You're thinking of Mark Stone.
Yeah. Who
Oh,
I
yeah,
could see
yeah.
how
I like
you
him
did
also,
that. I
too.
could see how you did that. The bald with the glasses.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But he's
But I do know who
a
you're talking about.
treasure. He's a treat for sure. Stanley.
He's a snack.
Stanley.
Were we
Spelled with a C.
entertained by
Anybody
X-Men
know that movie?
2? Stanley spelled with a C. That sounds for
Stanley. Spelled with a C.
I don't know, but you sound like the little red chick from Resident Evil right
Oh.
there. You're all going to die down here.
The Red Queen. You're all
Going to die.
What movie is that?
Stanley.
I don't know. I'm not sure. What is it?
It's Couples Retreat.
Oh,
One of Tara's favorite movies.
No, it's not.
One of Steve's favorite movies.
yeah.
I was like, it's one of you motherfuckers. I can remember.
I
which one
love
it
when
was.
he gets the shark attack.
Boom.
And he's like, I survived. It's like a scratch.
Doesn't it have Happy in it? Isn't that the one that has Happy in
Yeah,
it?
Happy Hogan.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's the guy, like the host that like meets them when the boat arrives.
What's that? Stanley Tucci.
Stanley.
Oh,
No, it wasn't.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
Stan-
yeah. I got it. I got it now. Yeah, yeah.
Spelled with a C.
If you
And
can
they're
beat
all,
me in a
and it shows their
Guitar
faces
Hero.
and they're all trying to see how, they're all trying to envision how Stanley would be spelled with a C.
I know. That's so fucking weird.
You've swindled me. Love that movie.
Vince Vaughn.
Boom. Who was
Pow!
not entertained by this movie?
I liked it.
I liked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. I like all those movies.
I'd never not like something like this for the most part. You know?
Most of the Marvel movies and all that type of stuff, I like that stuff.
Yeah. I was entertained. I love this movie. I
I
fucking
have
picked it.
some of that stuff on my list. Wally saw.
Oh. How
My
nice.
list has way more variety than yours. I just have to say.
Excuse me?
It does. It does.
It definitely does not.
It absolutely does.
It definitely does not.
Well,
Why
we'll
do
find
like
out when
this?
we get to these different movies. Oh,
Mine
geez.
has
You don't
like
gotta go through them.
dramas,
More dramas,
Disney's,
comedies. Disney's.
musicals, chick flicks, action movies, cartoons.
Cartoons. Wally's like, I got cartoons.
I saw your list. I know it doesn't have half of those things on it. Go ahead.
Would we recommend this movie to our mothers?
Yeah, huge Jackman, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, actually. I think my mom would be able to do it for the same
Yeah, yeah,
reason.
He's got claws.
My mom would be like, oh, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
That's what she would say.
I don't even care about the plot. Just show me Hugh Jackman. Why not?
Yo, no, mine's way better, dude.
Huge Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
What'd you say?
No, there's a bunch of mine's got all different kinds of like animation, different kinds of cartoons, different kinds of classics.
So but do you see what I'm saying? Like
No, I don't see what you're saying.
you don't see what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
see what you're saying.
Well,
the list is more versatile than mine.
It absolutely is. Do you need to see it again?
Keep your mouth down.
had to hit it. Professor Xavier's wheelchair from X-Men in 2000 was bought by a lawyer who also worked for the same law firm as Sir Patrick Stewart's attorney. When production began, the studio realized they had no chair anymore, so the lawyer rented it back to the studio, as Stewart said in an interview, for a significant sum.
What part is any part of it CG or is it just got rollies on it somewhere
it's
hidden?
It is a full.
I feel like I would have just
But
made a new one.
Okay, so that's okay.
I feel like making a new
for
one
some
would
reason
cost
I
the
just
same
got it confused with the old one that floats. Sorry, this one has wheels.
You're thinking of the one that was in Doctor Strange, where
Yeah. But didn't the cartoon one? The cartoon floated too. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know if it floated or if it just like hovered.
Hovered.
Yeah.
I think in the cartoon he controlled it with his mind, which is why I was asking about the telekinesis.
Yeah. How badass would that be? This isn't a wheelchair.
I can fly.
I'm just hovering
a little
this
bit above
thing.
the ground.
Right. No, there's parts where he does fly in that thing.
I think so. Yeah. It's been a while, but yeah.
Been a while. Well, a rewatch is necessary.
It sounded like an evil laugh. Yeah. She's like,
The replica of the president's desk in the Oval Office was so detailed it took 2 months to build.
oh, nice.
That seems unnecessary.
I like attention to detail. That's cool. I would have never noticed. Who would have
That's
fucking
what I'm
noticed?
saying. I wouldn't have been watching it and been like,
Well, the reason why I
not
say
the
that,
president's desk I know.
but think about how close they are to that
Lewinsky or
desk. How
something?
many scenes are involving that desk? How much is going on around that desk in the opening scene, right? So they kind of had to do it so well that if people were paying attention, they were like, "Who's the
I feel like
president's desk?"
Fox, Disney, Warner. I think they all have probably a desk just sitting in a warehouse
You
somewhere.
would think at this point they should have an Oval Office ready to shoot that is
Yeah,
just sitting there
all the
being
time,
rented.
just all the time.
Holy shit!
Ready.
I just came up with the best idea ever.
Let's build it.
Let's
Yep.
build it, and you can use it whenever you need to.
They will come.
If you build it, I think it's a genius idea.
It really is, because who doesn't need the president's Oval Office?
Let's just build popular scenes that would be completely
Popular
necessary.
sets.
Popular sets, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking. That's a
So-
$1 million idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the White House,
Yep.
something in New York Square.
Sure.
It's huge. We're gonna make it.
That's a bigger feat.
Sure.
That's like
Something in California, and something in Florida. I don't know what those things would be, but we'll build them.
Disney.
Maybe Disney has already done this.
Probably.
Probably. The ice wall separating Wolverine and Stryker in their reunion in the mansion battle was real ice and weighed 3,500 pounds.
Unnecessary. Whoa.
It looked fucking. How do you fake that at that
I
point?
know.
With
You've
CG?
seen fake ice before. It
And the
looks
way
like shit.
they touch it and like his hands are moving across it,
Yeah.
and then even Stryker like
He takes his hand away and it's
Right.
wet too. It's
Yeah.
very like
That's dope.
yeah.
That's why I was like,
I thought that made that scene, the way they lit it too, you could see through it and see the people on the other side, and then they fucking blew it up, and I was like, all right, that's cool.
and then shitty ice is less and less translucent. So that's some nice ice.
Yeah, that was some good ice.
Do you guys know how to?
What? Do I want to know?
Do you guys know how to catch a polar bear?
I don't, how?
What you do is
I thought this was a joke.
it is.
Oh,
it
okay.
Absolutely is a
It is. No, we're about to go fucking catch a real polar bear. You're gonna cut a. So what you do is you cut a hole in the ice, right? And you get a bunch of peas, and you take those peas and you take it to wherever that polar bear is. And when the polar bear goes to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
You son of a bitch. You fucking.
Why didn't Terry? You don't find that funny at all? She's like staring me down right now.
It's so literal.
Whatever, dude.
Neil Patrick Harris.
True comedy over here.
Jesus Christ. Neil Patrick Harris auditioned for the role of Nightcrawler, but lost out to Alan Cumming, who speaks
Are you
fluent
crying? Are you?
German.
Sorry, Steve. I'm so sorry.
I thought that joke was gonna go somewhere better.
Nope.
Like,
Straight
how do you make a
fucking middle
hanky dance,
school.
put a little boogie in it? Like, I thought it was gonna
It's
be
close
like,
to that. Sorry, Steve. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
you're a dad too. Your dad jokes should be more like.
He's got some good ones.
Okay, what the Scarecrow win an award for?
Tell me.
For being outstanding in this field. At least I got a little bit out of this.
That's it.
Anyways,
That, a little bit. That was
That
like,
back to the
better.
show. Back to the show.
That's better. That was better.
did you hear my last fun fact
No,
there?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
I specifically wrote it down for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, I did hear that.
okay.
Yeah, I did.
Auditioned for Nightcrawler.
I did.
He
I could
didn't.
see that.
I couldn't.
I could see that.
I love him, but I don't. But I don't think.
If he was, but it's different because Alan Cumming doesn't look like Nightcrawler, right? Well, done
no,
with the makeup,
but
so who knows?
I don't see Neil
doing
Patrick.
the German.
I don't. Also, he was very like deep and
Yeah.
dark, and
I have faith in him.
I love him, but I like him on the light side.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd like to see his take on it. But
sure.
would it be? And it's not like Alan Cummings' version is iconic and like, oh my god.
But I would bet that's why
probably
he didn't. You know what I mean? Because they probably thought, they were like, dude, we can't put Doogie in this. Like,
Doogie Howser can't be Nightcrawler.
but you know what I mean? Like,
No,
I feel like it's too.
you're absolutely right.
He's
Too.
He's too
Doogie.
uppity. He's too light for that.
You're right.
Oh, yeah, uppity son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Most
love
of
him.
the exterior shots of Xavier's mansion were recycled from the first movie because there was no budget for them.
I mean, why not?
I mean, it sounded
You know
like
what
they
I'm
had a fucking boatload of a budget to me.
Right. Another fun fact I
They
had
a fucking airplane under the
from
goddamn
another
basketball
movie
court.
that kind of did the same thing was Old School reused footage from Road Trip for all the exterior college scenes of the campus.
Did not notice.
That's another thing we could probably get into. Let's go get a fucking drone with
Right.
a good camera
And just start B-roll
videotape
and stuff.
shit,
Mhm.
and then you can sell some fucking
Carrick has a
exterior
drone.
shots.
Yep.
We have a drone.
Ooh,
A nice one.
how'd we get in that business?
Yeah. Well, why aren't we using this for decision reel?
We got a lot of
weird
million
cuts.
Some
million
B-roll.
dollar ideas.
Yeah, we know.
You want to hear a really good one?
Let's hear it.
A magnet
A magneto.
already.
Yeah.
A magnet bumper sticker, and it just says tag, and it has like a UPC code,
Oh.
and it's meant to be so when you
Everybody plays tag.
everybody plays tag, but when you scan the UPC code, it's a bunch of pictures of the people that's had tag before.
Right. And then it alerts you to say that you're it.
Fucking $1 million idea.
Yeah.
I think we would end up with a lot of
Car accidents.
road issues on our.
I've
hands.
actively thought about this. I don't think people would do. I don't think people would do.
I
it
feel
because
like we would have.
magnets
I
attract
feel like we would
metals.
have an adult
You put
and,
that on your
and
car, it's
more
like-
dangerous
But everybody puts magnet or
form
bumper
of,
sticker.
of the
I know.
Pokemon game. I think it would be a more
I know.
dangerous form of the Pokemon
Just
Go.
it'd be funner because it'd be people's lives at
Maybe
risk.
just magnetic QR codes, and they're just whatever you fucking want.
Yeah, it's a thing already.
Oh, okay.
Initially, during
you can get
the
a code for whatever the fuck you want.
yeah, we could throw a code up there now. I don't know.
I think tag is good though. I think it'd be a good one.
Why don't
Okay.
we have a code?
We could. I don't know. To go where? To our store page and buy merch with our T-shirts. Look at that.
Yes.
www.real.com.
Yeah, you should put the code on the shirts so that when people are like,
Where
"What
can I
is
get
this?"
that?
and they'd be like, "Oh, just scan my code."
Put a
It
fake
would take
code
them
on there.
right to the YouTube or whatever.
It
The
just
fuck.
takes them to a browser with my ass. Just
Busted
troll.
cherry.
Trickery.
We got 'em.
Yeah, the decision reel. What the fuck is this?
Our ratings would either skyrocket or they would
And it just
drastically
says
decline.
guess my buns up the top, and then
Guess
it's,
'em.
Who is it? That's really easy to probably tell.
Probably.
me.
Yeah.
I think Bill probably pay for it at that point. If they got mine, they'd probably be like, "I want my money back."
I spent money on this T-shirt and all I got is a butt picture on
Can't
the
even
internet.
see it. It's just hair.
Just hair. It's so hairy.
Anyways,
Initially, during the dark Cerebro scene, where it is attempting to kill all the mutants, director Bryan Singer had planned to not only use Cerebro's effects on mutants in the Alkali base, but mutants all over the world. During the scene, Hank McCoy, a.k.a. Beast, is seen earlier on a television scene during the bar,
That's what's
or
his
television
face, right?
scene in a bar. What?
Who plays him? Frasier?
In the third movie, yes.
Yeah.
It was going to be shown in
Fraser
agony,
Crane.
transforming into his Fury form, and fan favorite Gambit was to be shown at a card game, having his energy powers flare up. This scene was actually shot using one of Hugh Jackman's stuntmen.
He has
James,
stuntmen?
Of course he does. James Bamford,
Disappointed.
as a stand-in for the role, shot from
This
behind
scene
to remain
sounds-
ambiguous.
it sounds amazing.
For whatever reason, Singer decided to cut the sequence altogether, and it remains unseen.
That
Why don't-
sounds
why-
like the
why-
shit.
Didn't they find him at a card game?
So in the
Not in this one, but
not
like
in this one. There is a Gambit in which
And he's at a
plays
card
Jim
game.
John Card. Yeah, well, because he's Gambit throws
Right.
cards. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
I think
so that still happened.
but not in this movie. It happened in
No, but-
X-Men Wolverine's Origins, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Whichever the
not good.
one.
Yeah.
I don't remember now. Actually, Gambit
not
is
good.
actually people. Everyone's like, "Oh, I love Gambit," and then a lot of people are like, "Yeah, he sucks because he's not that powerful." But in the comics, that motherfucker he can blow up whatever that he throws.
Right. Well, that's the whole point, and he just throws cards because it's
Yeah, yeah.
cool. But he's literally putting energy into the things that
Oh,
he's
look, I got a stick and I
make a
can
little
blow up
bombs.
cards.
Yeah. Tyler
Fuck a
May.
boogie.
Got
Yeah.
a stick.
Tyler Mane and Ray Park were originally set to return as Sabretooth and Toad until it felt that the script was too already overloaded with too many mutants.
Never.
So like I was talking about earlier.
Never say never again.
This is the last
I like
fun
how
fact.
he pulled out two different Never songs.
That's a James
never,
Bond.
never.
That's actually a James Bond that's not supposed to be a James Bond because just Sean Connery got pissed.
Oh. Anyways, last fun fact is for you, Wally.
I'm in.
After production was completed, Hugh Jackman was offered the role of Frank Castle in The Punisher, but turned it down as he opted to do Van Helsing at the same time.
I love Van Helsing, by the way. Van Helsing's this shit.
Me too. So good choice.
Yeah.
But
I love The Punisher.
I would have been interested. He
What
seems
were
so
you
sweet.
thinking? Oh, yeah.
What they should have done is just pushed
And
The Punisher to make that work.
What is his name? Bethel?
Joe Bethnal.
The guy that played the new one.
Goodness.
Yeah.
In the Disney. I like him too.
He's good.
It's not my favorite, but I like him. He's super good.
But
And I'm glad they're rebooting it again.
Well, they're not rebooting it.
Well, they're just going
They're
into
just
it. Sorry,
continuing
not
it with or whatever. So, yeah. Final decision time. Out of 10, what do we give X-Men 2, Wally?
6.5.
6.5. It's a little low. Explain.
What for this?
I thought so too. I thought you would go.
This movie. Well, this movie's more of like a, for me, like a kind of a Pacific Rim-y kind of vibe where I don't really get the story wasn't there for me. Just a bunch of weird parts, but I was just there for the action and the mutants.
In the mutants.
Yeah, that's it. That's really
I
why I
do
went.
feel like. See, I feel like the same about the mutants as I do like in the Jurassic Park movies. I like when they introduce more dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm here.
So like I like seeing the more mutants that we get to
It's not a fucking bad movie.
see. No, it's not. I would get a 7.
7.
Yeah.
See, what I did, so you know, Steve, is like I was like 1, 2, and 3, right? And I was like I like 1 a little bit more because it's the first.
Sure.
Whatever. So that one kind of set at the 7 range for me, and then 3 kind of fell a little bit under this one.
3's terrible.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll just do the metric there, and then I kept going through them more and more, and I was like, Logan's way the fuck up there.
Oh, Logan's
because that felt like a continuation of this for me, even though it was kind of completely different. But
it's not. But yeah,
that
one's
like an 8 or 8.5.
Yeah,
for me.
It was close to 9 for me as well. I'm gonna give this movie just because, like I was talking to you before we actually got on here. This movie, I don't know, just feels personal to me because like this was when movies like this sort of became real to me. Like they could be successful and we can finally have like the comic book movies.
You had
we
excitement
wanted.
that this is about to go down.
Right, exactly. Like we wouldn't, without this type of movie, we wouldn't have the Marvel movies we have today. You know what I mean? Without the success that this had, and without doing what this movie kind of did with taking liberties or chances with, like I said, the White House scene, or having so many mutants in this movie, or doing things that other movies were kind of afraid to do at this time, I feel like this opened up the book, let's say, to bring in those side characters like Nightcrawler and Lady Deathstrike and all this. So it's like, hey, we can put in whoever we want in these movies and it's still going to be successful. So now you have TV shows like She-Hulk and you know, whatever that's out there that's the side characters. I haven't. I like it.
I heard it was good.
I think
it's pretty good.
I think the idea of this was inevitable. I think it was eventually going to happen, but the fact it happened with this is cool. Like this little 4-year span of movies.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, yes, obviously Hollywood ran out of ideas and they needed to bank on something.
Exactly.
And what do? You go to the well, right? What has been making stories since the 60s that are good?
There's so many. And there's so many iterations. It's not, we haven't even started.
No.
Fucking, there's so many more.
It's wild. So this movie, I'm actually going to give this an 8 because of that significance
Steve
to
factor.
me. The Steve factor plays really hard into a lot of my gradings because, yeah, I can look at it critically, but at the same time, I'm watching movies for enjoyment, and I get extra enjoyment watching a movie that I personally like. So 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, baby.
Yeah. I like it. X-Men 2.
What about Tara? Did Tara, did you do yours already?
Yeah, she did. She said 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at that. Anyways, next week, it's Tara's pick. What do you got?
Okay. This is actually really hard because I had like
Let me pick
one that
off.
I was ready for.
Sure.
You know what we should do, Tara?
And then I
Now-
looked at my list again and I was like,
Ooh.
oh, what?
We should do a thing. Doesn't
You
have to
pick off
happen
my
now,
list, I pick
and then
off
you
your
pick
list?
off mine, yeah.
For my pick, or you mean I pick your pick next time?
Yeah, well, I will
You're
make
saying you
yes.
pick my pick.
But we switch. You have to pick one of mine on my list. So yes, we can start it whenever you want. So next
So
week.
you're saying so next week I'll pick yours for you off your list.
but off my list.
And then the next time it's my pick, you pick.
Yes.
Well, next week. Yeah,
Well,
right.
the next time. Next time
The
around
next time
for
it's
you.
mine.
Right.
Okay. Oh, or should I just let you pick for me now since I don't know?
Oh, I could do it in like I could probably if you gave me that phone, I could do it in like 2 seconds.
Why did you already have one of mine?
I did, but I can't remember what it was.
I like your take on boobies.
Ooh, now I'm just intrigued of what it was gonna be.
I don't remember, but I remember seeing it going. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna ask you when we're done which one it was.
That's fine.
So my pick. Okay, I think I got it.
She's gonna do it.
Okay, I think I got it.
She's gonna lock it in.
Yep, I'm locking it in. My pick for next week is Zombieland.
Oh, all right.
That's my
Okay.
pick.
I like that movie.
I'm not. That's all right. We haven't done a zombie movie on this yet.
It's got Murray.
Bill Murray,
It's got what's his face? It smokes a shit ton of weed.
Woody Harrelson.
Whitest man,
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson. I
White
love
man can't
Woody.
jump. I do too.
Emma Stone.
Yep.
God damn it.
Emma Stone coming back on the podcast because she was already here with Superbad. So look at that.
Mhm. I have
Obviously,
more than one Emma Stone
I bet
movie
you
on my
do, yeah.
list.
Easy A is probably coming up very soon. That's fine.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Stanley.
Zombieland.
I'm in.
Double
Yeah,
tap.
definitely. I'm
Double
definitely
tap,
in for
bitch.
this. I haven't seen it in a while either. So
Mhm.
is there anything you regret? Maybe Garfield.
And I liked the second one. I actually liked the sequel of Zombieland. I thought it was still just as entertaining.
I liked it to the
And
end.
I love that
man.
they brought in that girl, the Valley girl, Zoe
Yeah.
Dush, whatever her name is. I thought she was hilarious in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I liked the second movie until the end when they got to like that weird extremist camp or whatever.
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
And then it kind of went off field. But yeah, all good. No, Zombieland next week. I'm excited for that. That's going to be good. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks everybody out there who's listening. Thanks my co-host for always being here on the couch.
Oh.
We love you.
We're doing things and reviewing movies and whatnot. But if you do enjoy us reviewing movies, you can always find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at The Decision Reel. You can then find us on our website at www.thedecisionreel.com. There you can find merch. You can support us, buy a t-shirt, do whatever you can there. Thanks, guys, and let's look forward to next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.